In modern times, it's taken for granted that the population of any country must increase or remain static between certain limits. But what happened in Rwanda in 1994? An earthquake? Diseases? Tonight, I'm going to tell you about the historical background, the development, and the consequences of one of the most intensive genocides in human history. It happened in Rwanda in 1994. Rwanda's ethnic composition, it's simple. It's made up of 85% Hutus and 15% Tutsis. Colonialists ruled through Tutsis because they thought that Tutsis, coming from Egypt, were superior to darker Hutus, which were the majority of the population. The first clashes happened in 1959, 3 years before independence. 130,000 Tutsis had to flee the country. They went to neighboring countries such as Congo and Uganda. They formed an army in the exile, which made attempts to seize power from Hutu power in Rwanda. According to Paul Magnarella, the real reasons for the genocide were economic. He thinks that the fast growth of the population had made the available land scarcer than ever. So that was the main reason, according to some politicians. Hutu made life for Tutsis in the country intolerable. That fact deepened the differences between the two groups. Now that you know something about the historical background, let's see the developments of the genocide. Due to international pressure, the Hutu president had to give in to some concessions to Tutsi minority. The army of the Tutsis was gaining territory all over the country. A few months after the agreement, the president's airplane was shut down and the president died as a result of this. Hutus who opposed the agreement were responsible for this action. The government then organized Hutu militias and gave out weapons to kill the Tutsi population. The role of the media was quite essential. The 10 Hutu commandments were published, and as a result of this, an instigation to rape and killing with machetes was the main purpose of the whole press in Rwanda. People were killed in their own homes, in their own houses, even in churches or in schools. They were killed by their own neighbors. If Hutus refused to kill Tutsis, they were killed themselves. Since we talk about the main events, let's see the consequences of this horrible genocide for the country and the area. The Tutsi army invasion put an end to the genocide, and it started a civil war which took Tutsis to power again. 2 million Hutus fled the country, especially to Congo, and they lived in refugee camps. As a result of this, thousands of them died of diseases common to refugee camps. The oppression in Congo was the main cause for the First and Second Congo War, which consequences are unfortunately still in progress. The reintegration of 2 million Tutsis in the new society is the main challenge for the new government, as well as trying to fight the long-term effects of war rape. I have to say that between 250,000 and 500,000 women were raped during the war. As a result of this, the parliament in Rwanda is the only one in the world in which women hold the majority of seats. In review, now you know that the ethnic hatred, aggravated by uncontrolled population growth and economic problems caused this conflict. Massive killing of Tutsis were well organized, and the government used the media as a support. This has been the most intensive genocide in human history. 800,000 people were killed in just 100 days, which is equivalent to say that the whole population of San Francisco would disappear in just 2 months and 10 days. Its consequences have been long-term and terrible, not only for Rwanda, but for the whole region as well. I hope this helped you understand why we should not let events like this happen in world history again. Thank you.